Loser. Look at that little nugget. You got some extra nipples today.
Hey, now we get the time to see what Todd's doing.
What do we got?
I haven't seen it yet. Wait, let's see. Let me take my goggles
We both
off.
haven't seen it yet.
I told you I could come down to Philadelphia. Lay the smack down, motherfucker.
Oh, that's great. Stomp a little louder.
I can't hear anything because my ears are smushed in behind my...
Oh,
Wait, Meredith, is that
what a road trip that sumbitch was.
are they America shades?
Yeah, America Shades, America Beer. Just got off the camping trail. And, my Lord and Savior Donald J. Trump sends his wishes to you, Stephen. Not so much to the Jew, but that's okay. Apparently, he already got shot a couple times from the bloody marks on him.
No,
Understandable.
These are cup marks. You know, I'm a cupper. It helps soothe the pain
Oh,
and
that's
relieve the
something else.
stress.
Great.
It's like 1,000 degrees in this outfit. It's so freaking hot.
Crown.
Oh, yeah. Just
What are you, a royal crayon?
Crown, son. Crown. Oh, and I didn't neglect my Lego friends, too. I got these guys on today, too.
Oh, look at that. You're all kinds of a little girl, aren't you? Some bitch. I think I drank too much, though. I see walking beer. I might just put you in my mouth, you little bitch.
What is Dan, a walking Guinness?
Oh, yeah, Dan, what are you, Dan? Dan's just beer.
I thought he was fucking Gumby. I thought he was Eddie Murphy.
You thought he was Gumby. Oh, man, that's funny. I'm Michael Phelps, for anybody wondering out there. Michael Phelps from the Olympics. Hold on.
The Olympics, what does he do? He lifts weights or something?
America. Team America.
No,
What does he do? He throws footballs?
He swims. Swims.
They give awards to swimming?
They do. They do.
It's so weird seeing you without
Halloween
the afro.
show.
That's so weird.
It's there.
Can
It's
you hear?
What?
Can you hear?
Not
Huh?
really.
What?
It's blocking my ears.
Oh my god.
It's blocking my ears.
Oh, my crown's
All
fell
right,
over.
so let's get started. Let me do the intro. All right, here we go. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and welcome to RAWtalk episode number 202. It's a special edition of the Halloween show, the second annual. It's the second annual.
Annual.
What's up, Todd?
My wife doesn't like annual. She refuses.
Yeah, so welcome to the show. Whose costume do you like the best? You like Steven's crowns. Me as Michael Phelps with these things
Extra
on me.
nipples. Big nipples. Just like your own.
they're cup marks. Or Meredith over here.
In the flesh, son bitch.
I love his beard belly.
Oh, he's got a beard? I thought that was just Todd.
Oh, this is a little extra right here.
And America shades are the best.
I didn't realize that Meredith was fat.
All that beer I be drinking, son bitch.
All right, so welcome to the episode. It's the Halloween show. We've got a lot of stuff to touch base on. We want to remind you that the FroKnowsPhoto Gigunda Mega Huge Giveaway version 2 is still up and running. Go to FroKnowsPhoto.com/Gigunda-2 to enter the contest for free if you haven't already done so. When you do, share the stuff out. You have a better chance of winning a 5D Mark IV or a D810 or a Sony A7R II or
Solid cameras.
the choice of glass up to $3,000 in value.
That's awesome.
That's a very nice prize that I'm
Yeah,
giving away.
very nice.
I'm going to move this
So
away
generous.
from my ear. Ah, now I can hear some stuff. What broke?
We were
What-
trying to give you a bald
That was
cap.
your glass, son bitch.
My glass.
We were trying to give you a bald cap,
Oh.
though.
Yeah, bald cap. Well, because I was trying to think of what could I be that involves taking my shirt off.
Of course.
And then I was driving, and I was like, wait a second. I could be a swimmer. Should I be that Ryan Lochte douchebag? And I was like, nope. And then I went to buy the American flag Speedo hat. They couldn't get it in time. So then I got the one with for large hair.
I thought you were going to come in with the hoodie and do like the Michael Phelps
Be
style.
real
Shit.
angry. Be like Tupac.
Yeah.
I forgot to have the hoodie and the big headphones on. I didn't even
Him just
think about
chilling,
that.
like getting ready.
Yeah. Well,
Way to prepare.
I did that type of thing.
We didn't
All
prepare
right,
at
so
all.
let's recap Photo Plus, which happened last week.
Yes.
When we went up on Thursday.
Just me and you, not Meredith.
No, Todd did not go.
No, I was driving. I was road tripping.
On the campaign trails.
Yeah, I was on the camping trail.
So no, it was just you and I. We went up. Funny thing is, normally we go into the show and we're bored within 4.5 minutes. But what happened this time is that
super productive. I feel like.
well,
this
as soon as
time.
we got there, we had some meetings upstairs that
Yeah.
were impromptu with our buddy Eric, who was on the show before. It's Eric, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
At the press room.
Don't look at me weird. Yeah,
No, I was trying to think.
I was showing him and some of the DP review guys the app, which is in the works,
Yeah,
which
it's close.
they loved. They absolutely loved it. I thought for a second that we had a Ku Klux Klan member to the left. I was like, "What is this?" I'm like,
No,
since
I'm
when,
right here. Sorry. I'm
when-
right here.
Since when does the Grand
I'm right
Wizard?
here.
I allow all the colors.
Thank you
don't
for
worry.
recognizing.
That why I looked over. I'm like, the Grand Wizard's now wearing green. Anyway,
I'm about to drink the shit out of you.
the show was. Well, we'll get to the show in a second, but it was a good time walking around, meeting a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Showing the app off to certain people as well as we prepare to get that ready to release.
We saw DeMarcus again.
We saw DeMarcus.
You guys had a little gun show, actually.
We did.
You were comparing nuggets.
I asked him if he wants to work out.
Yeah.
We went to the Hoya booth.
Oh,
This is what happened in the Hoya booth, everybody.
1, 2, 3.
Hoya! No. Hoya! 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 Hoya!
Hoya?
Yep.
That was the best.
We yelled Hoya.
And it doesn't come across on the phone as well as it did in person. Like, we screamed it, and the phone just really compressed that audio.
Yeah, our
but
buddy from DP Review
Everyone
thought
stared at
that
us.
was racist or something.
Yeah,
He's like, what is that?
man.
What are you being? I'm like, I don't know. We just say Hoya fast.
Yeah.
It's not racism.
Blame Meredith.
What?
Nice glasses.
Oh, and then we saw, speaking of Todd, we saw his doppelganger.
Yeah.
Todd in like 10 years.
And
this
you
guy,
had to chase after him.
Oh, my God. This guy looked like Todd with like a way
Looks
bigger
super
head.
hot and sexy.
Super
I
hot
assume.
and sexy, walking by himself.
He looked good. He looked good.
Yeah, that was
So,
awesome. It was a good trip, though. And then we met up with Adam later.
We went out to dinner with Adam.
Sushi.
We went to Asuka. We had sushi. Then we went to the Adobe party.
Oh, and then there was a Naruto roll at the sushi place on the menu, remember?
Oh, there was a Naruto
Yeah.
roll. That right.
Yeah.
That was good. It was not monkey.
No.
But then we noticed at the show that the show is like dying.
Yeah.
It's like you have a couple of big booths, the big companies,
I like big boobs.
booths.
Oh,
Booths.
sorry.
You have Nikon, Canon, always have the same
Sony.
spots. Then
Sigma
you have
got real
Sony,
big.
Olympus, Sigma. I didn't even see the Panasonic booth.
I didn't either. Sigma had a huge booth this
Yeah,
year.
but Sigma's kicking ass.
Yeah,
they're
they're doing
taking
good.
names. And then other than that, a lot of small booths that, in all honesty, I don't really see the point of a show anymore. Everybody used to say that it was great. You could get your hands on stuff
Yeah.
that you can never get your hands on, or you don't go to the local store. But now it just seems to be dead.
I find it pointless the same year as Photokina when it's only like 2 months later when everything gets announced at Photokina. Now, in between Photokina, that 1 year, that's when I think, Photo Plus really shines. But
Well, it was really more supposed to give people the local.
It's dead.
Oh, that's what that was?
Ain't nothing
how about
going on
the whole row?
Well, I
was
just think
empty.
they shrunk the last row. It didn't go as far back.
And the aisles used to be this big. Now they're
now
this big.
they're extra large.
Yeah, no congestion. It was
So
great.
that was fine, but it seemed like there were less people on Thursday. I also heard that there may have been less people Friday as well. B&H and Adorama didn't really have a large presence because it was a Jewish holiday.
Their booth was literally like the size of your bathroom.
It's normal.
Yeah.
Did they send the Mexicans?
No, they're still working in Brooklyn.
Good. I need my card.
Card? What card?
My student card.
Oh, his STD
SD
card. Oh, I just said STD card.
As to do, yeah.
I am a card carrying STD member though.
Which one?
All of them.
All of them,
Punched
yeah.
all the cards. Punched all the holes.
Oh, Jesus. So that was pretty much the show. I think I will take part of the responsibility for killing shows like this as
Definitely
being
all your
somebody who
fault.
puts
Yep.
out content that answers the people's questions and gives them feedback instead of just, then nobody's going to go to the show. It's like, I don't know why companies spend money on these shows anymore. I get it, to be in front of people, but no, you can if you are spending $50,000 or $20,000 on a show, you're better off spending that marketing budget online advertising, getting people that actually give a
can reach
shit.
more in like a YouTube video.
Because they say that you're going to get 25,000 people at the event, but 25,000 people aren't coming to your booth.
Yep.
It's just not going to
You're
happen.
getting probably like 50 to 100 max the whole week.
Go
Well,
to NASCAR.
I do think, though, it was worth it for us. I think we had a
Yeah,
pretty
we had a good
productive
time.
day. And then the Adobe party was really cool, too. We met up with Elia Licardi. Is it Licardi?
Yes.
Yeah,
He's
he's awesome.
Licardi.
met up-
Elia.
We met up with your guy from Lightroom.
Yep.
We met up with a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
DP
Yeah.
review guys.
So that was that. That was a good time. It's
fun.
Let's channel Todd here because Todd wanted me to bring something up. The Sony VR, Todd?
Oh yeah.
Who's that? Who is
What?
that?
What?
That mustache.
No, I finally got the Sony VR in the mail.
He looks like
no,
Hulk
I actually
Hogan.
went and bought the son bitch at Best Buy.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, I need the two of you to come put that son bitch on
I can't take him seriously.
and try it out
Yeah.
because first I want you to see it, Stephen, from a technical standpoint.
It's like a mind fuck.
And secondly, I want Jared to scream like a bitch.
I'll try it.
Yeah. So we got to figure that out.
Yeah, I'll come over.
Try to come over.
We'll film it.
But
I'll try
only
it.
if Steven comes. I don't want Jared in my house
Damn
by
right.
himself.
Oh, no. I don't like scary movies, though.
We should do it on a weekend, though.
Should
so
I
we can have
trick or
some
treat?
beers.
Should I trick or treat and
sure.
go to Todd's house?
Do it.
Like
We're having
this?
a block party this weekend.
Are you?
Yeah, the whole block.
Will
blocked
Drizzy
off
be there?
doing,
Yeah.
probably.
Another thing before we get into photo news, I got yelled at on stage or for
Where was
being
this
on
at?
stage at the Fillmore.
Oh, who'd
For
you
the
shoot
Gavin
again?
DeGraw?
That's it, yeah.
Spent time with Gavin DeGraw. He came back here, played the piano after midnight. We went and had a drink. But I got yelled at after the show
You suck.
by the
your
stage manager
Yeah.
and his assistant.
And
this
the
w-
stage, hippie.
Was this the venue stage
The venue
manager?
stage manager.
Okay.
So at the beginning of the show, I was up on stage with the tour manager and Gavin right before he went on. And I said, hey, do you mind if I shoot from the stage? And mind you, the tour manager already cleared with security that I'll be shooting the entire show, that I'm cleared. Gavin's like, bro, do whatever you want.
Yeah, bro.
Go wherever you want to go.
Do you.
And so I did that. I shot from wherever I wanted to shoot. I wanted to get the center portion, but there was no way for me to get there without walking in front of one of the band members. So I didn't want to do that. I couldn't sneak behind a riser. There was no room.
Yeah.
Now, if I was on tour with them, I would make sure they set it up so that there was room for me to slide back. But so there came an opportunity at the end when they all were finished the show and they were going to do the bow and everything. I walked out to the center, tucked in, got to my spot, got the awesome shots that I needed. And then when Gavin was, after the show's over, is signing autographs and taking selfies in the crowd, in the pit, I'm standing there trying to get some photos, and I get a tap on my shoulder going, what are you doing up here? And it just took me by surprise because I'm like,
And you had all
what?
access. You were set.
Yeah, I'm like, what? He's like, you can't be on stage. They're working here. And I'm like, so am I. I'm working here too. I'm like, oh, okay. So I left, went back into the pit. When I got off stage, the new assistant person looked at me like, I come off stage and I've got these devil eyes looking at me. And she goes, you know better than that. I'm like, and I know when I'm wrong.
Who was this again? What girl?
Must have been an assistant, new assistant.
Okay, for the venue.
Yeah. I know when I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I know when I'm cheating. I know when I'm doing something, right?
Yeah.
In this case,
You clearly had all
I
access.
was dumbfounded, and she looked at me and goes, you know better than that. And I'm like, better than what? And I try to be civil, but I'm like, better than what? She's like, you just know better. I'm like, then what? And so then I'm sitting on the sofa. The stage manager guy comes up while I'm sitting, looks at me, and he goes, if you ever want to be on my stage, I have to give you permission. I'm like, all right. I had permission. I was up
From
there.
Gavin himself.
I was up there the whole show, and
Yeah.
he goes, No, you weren't. I'm like, would you like to see the pictures? And I stood up, so I got on his eye level just because I didn't want to be sitting and have him talking
You were
down
going
to
to throw a haymaker, weren't you?
No, I wasn't going to throw a haymaker. I just wanted to stand up, so out of respect, I was talking on
course,
his level.
yeah.
And I was
And show him your guns.
already decided I was talking.
And
What?
show
Show 'em your
guns.
guns.
Yep,
Yeah, I
show
was
'em
talking.
your guns.
I was
Yep.
being pretty civil
Yeah,
about
you
it.
flex the
And I'm
titties.
like, what do you mean I wasn't? I said I was there at the first song. No, you weren't. I'm like, I'll show you the pictures. And then
And they're
he,
even
he
timestamped.
he finally walked away, and I was just like, all right.
My only guess is that since they see you there a lot, because obviously you live down the street, I think they probably thought you were just shooting the first 3 songs as press, and they didn't realize that you were part of the band that night, and that's
The
maybe
tour
why they said
manager
that.
cleared it with the security guards. I don't know if he
I don't
cleared
get
it with or said anything to the stage manager people, but the security guards are what matter.
They must have just thought that you were there, again, normal 3 songs and out.
King of the castle.
Anyway, let's get to photo news.
I will drink you, you son of a bitch. I will drink you.
First up, we've got a new fisheye lens in development, can literally see behind itself. It's called the Antania 250 fisheye MFT, which they're calling the one-shot VR lens. The 250-degree bulbous lens is being
What's
made
bulbous?
specifically for Micro Four
My
Thirds
wife is fairly
cameras.
bulbous. My wife is
I
fairly
didn't know
bulbous.
we're going to try and get through photo news today.
Yeah.
This is going to be ridiculous.
No.
How did I get
Happy Halloween, son bitch.
how did I get cup marks on my pants?
Oh, yeah. Meredith, I got you some crowns, by the way. I made sure to took out all the dark ones, though, for you.
Thank you.
You're
Take
welcome.
out the blackens.
Black was always my favorite crayon.
There you go. So this will come in 3 different versions: a 2.3 millimeter f2.8, a 3 millimeter f2.8, and a 3.6 f4 lens. Now, seeing behind itself isn't easy to pull off, they say, which is why the lens comes with 18 lens elements in 12 groups. That's a ton. And it also won't be cheap. It'll come in at about $3,500
Sign me
once
up.
it starts shipping later this year.
Take 2.
And this is made more for like 360-degree video production. So your VR stuff that you were talking about, Todd.
Right.
Which should be pretty cool.
My VR porn.
And then on the topic of new lenses, Nikon also unveiled 2 of their own, introducing their new ultra-wide 19mm f4e tilt shift lens, which has a 97-degree field of view. This is Nikon's first tilt shift lens that finally lets you adjust tilt and shift separately.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Instead of having to constantly lock and unlock both for minor adjustments. I think Canons have always done this, right?
I
You can
don't
do them
know.
separately.
I don't know if you do them separate. I mean, you could tilt and shift in the old one,
But it was
on
always
the Nikons,
together.
But it was shift and tilt, but all in the same plane.
Exactly. So to make
Now
a
they've
minor
separated
adjustment,
it.
it'd be a real pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And then this specialty lens will cost about $3,400.
Yeah.
But all tilt shift lenses are really expensive.
That's too much.
Yeah. Then we have their new, speaking of expensive, 70-200 f2.8e FLED VR lens, which comes complete with 22 lens elements, which are all optimized for high-speed shooting, according to Nikon. And the VR now has 4 stops of vibration reduction, up from 3.5, which is always a plus. And they're both expected in November. This one comes in at $2,800. though.
Priced not to sell.
Not to sell.
Now, I sent out an email about this. I made the video that talks
Big
about
video.
this new Nikon thing. There were more people that came up to us at Photo Plus and said, "Yeah, you really gave it to Nikon, didn't you?"
Every person that
And
came
they're
out.
like-
Crushed it.
And then that was right in
Hashtag
front of
crushed it.
Nikon's PR person.
Yep, Jeff.
If you haven't seen that video, go over to the website. It's there, FroKnowsPhoto.com/RAWtalk-202. But some of the things they changed, they moved where the focus ring was, which was out here, with the zoom ring. So they swapped the zoom ring and the focus ring. Now the zoom ring's out here, which means your palm is resting on the focus ring, which means you may possibly be able to accidentally hit it. I don't understand it. I pre-ordered one so that we could get it and test it. But other than that, I'm sure I'm going to end up buying one just because.
I feel like you'll hate it.
Spare no expense. Money's no object, son bitch.
We'll see if I hate it or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to test it.
Brush
Now,
your crayons off.
All I was. Wait, does your box have a crown sharpener in it?
I don't know.
Yes,
Maybe.
it does. There it is. It's right there in the back, Steven.
Oh,
A crayon
look
sharpener.
at
Oh,
that.
nice crown sharpener there, bitch.
Yeah.
Nifty.
To get your points nice and straight. So
I like
wasn't-
everything straight.
I wasn't ripping on the fact that the lens was going to suck.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you it's going to be one of the sharpest lenses
I'm
that
sure
they've
it
ever
will.
put out.
But
it's the
usability-
fact that it's priced at $27.99, which is $850, right, Dan? $850 is the math we did. $850
Canon's version.
more than the current Canon version, which is awesome.
It is. It's a great lens.
So what I said
Awesome.
to Sigma is that this is an opportunity for you guys at Sigma to come out with a 70 to 200
Yep.
2.8 Sport OS and make it $14.99 or so and sell a shit ton of them.
And what they try to say is that with switching that focus ring with the manual, with the actual zoom ring, that it's supposed to be more balanced in the hands, which to me blows my mind
It
because
seems more awkward to reach my arm further
you
because
then
that's
can't
less
get
stable.
the stability.
If I go like this, it's more
Exactly.
stable.
And every single lens like ever made has been that way. To change it now
makes no sense.
It just makes zero
Makes no
sense.
While we're at it, why don't we just move the gas and the brake pedals as well?
Exactly.
Let's just do that. What could happen?
Now, apparently, though, they say
Apparently.
the focus breathing issue has been
Apparently.
solved. So we'll see. We'll have to get our hands on one and actually test it out ourselves.
Well, I
but that's
pre-ordered
what
a
they
couple
say.
for Allen's.
There you go. Then we've got the photographer who had his Skittles photo used by the Trump campaign. Your
Oh
favorite.
my God! My Lord and Savior.
On social media, they
We
use
also
this.
like your crowns. We took out all the dark colors out of the Skittles. Just wanted to give you a little FYR.
I think I left you yellow and orange in there.
Yellow,
But,
I don't like yellow either.
this
You're
guy,
right. The yellow ones, they may have been here first, but we were the best.
He filed a lawsuit against Donald Trump, accusing him of copyright infringement. David Kiddos is his name, the photographer behind the Skittles image. Originally uploaded it to Flickr 6 years ago with an all rights reserved Creative Commons tag. Now, Kiddos, who is a refugee himself, says he never gave the campaign his permission to use the image, so now he's taking legal
Wait,
action.
he was in the Fugees?
Ooh la la la!
The lawsuit states that the now iconic image, in quotes, was first created as a lighting experiment and couldn't have been easily replicated given the challenge of replicating the exact lighting and exposure of the image, as well as assembling the arrangement of the candies. So they're saying it's definitely his picture. And it goes on to say, the unauthorized use of the photograph is reprehensibly offensive to plaintiff, as he is a refugee of the Republic of Cyprus who was forced to flee his home at the age of 6 years old.
6.
And the lawsuit seeks unspecified damages and an injunction to prevent
Awesome.
further copyright
That
infringement.
sucks.
He should just get paid.
And yeah, I'm sure it'll be settled out of court. And you can read the full legal document over on the website, which is...
Well, my Lord and Savior don't pay nobody, so good luck with that, son bitch.
FroKnowsPhoto.com/RAWtalk-202.
Then we've got Kodak, not a name you
Who?
hear much about these days. Kodak.
Who?
Kodak, that was my favorite show. Had lollipops in his teeth all the time.
They've released their own smartphone, which they say is specifically designed for photographers.
Didn't they try this when we were in...
Was it a smartphone? Oh, it was.
Yeah.
That was like 2 years ago at the old Photokina?
Was that
The
a
last
Photokina? I was like, why?
Or maybe it was Photo Plus.
They're
but-
like, we're making this phone with this camera. I'm like, why?
and it was like a yellow phone, and
They're
just
like,
weird.
their big play was that it's for 50-year-olds and older.
That's what
they're
they
like,
said.
it's for old
Their
people.
demographic,
Make
yeah.
it easier. I'm like, well, that's stupid.
Now they're calling this one the Ektra, EKTRA, and the new phone was named after the original Ektra, which was released back in 1941. And the phone is produced by a UK company, which is called Bullet Group, which basically slapped the
What?
Kodak name
What is it?
on it. I was waiting for that. Bullet Group.
I'm part of the Bullet Group too, you son bitch. You and your LMFAO glasses, you should give it to the hippie over here with the big curly hair.
What curly hair? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm bald, sir.
Shut up.
So the phone, spec-wise, it has a 21 megapixel sensor on its main back camera with an
Sucks.
f2 aperture. On the front, it has a
Terrible.
13 megapixel camera with phase detection, autofocus, and an f2.2 aperture.
Wait, they put this in a phone?
They put it in a phone, yeah. Now, the outside of the camera, it does... Well, camera phone. It does mimic the look of like a physical camera with an edged grip on the right side and a dedicated shutter button, along with like that rubbery grip material that you see on most cameras. It'll come with a 5-inch touchscreen as well. And inside, it'll shoot full manual, RAW, on Android OS. It will come with a Snapseed editing software.
Oh, good.
And a
Download
dedicated...
Lightroom Mobile.
And a dedicated photo printing app, they say. This all happens thanks to its 2.3 gigahertz processor, 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage, and then video-wise, it'll shoot 4K, and it also has a Super 8 app that recreates classic Super 8 film stocks.
Wait, do you hear that? Steven?
What is it? Is it the Viet Cong? I hear them all the time.
No. It's nobody cares about this phone, Kodak. You're not even Kodak. Nobody cares.
It's Bullet Group.
Nobody cares. That's what an iPhone's for. That's what the new Google Pixel's for, and that's what the S3 is for. No, the S. What the hell are they called?
S7?
Samsung.
Samsung?
Yeah.
Galaxy Note?
This is cutting off the circulation to my brain.
So it'll initially launch in the UK for about 449 pounds and then later spread throughout
heavy.
Europe. And then Kodak, they also since kind of went back to their original iconic logo that dates back to 1971, except now the lettering is vertical, and that's on the
Every
smartphone
time you take
itself.
a picture, you got to go like this with your phone.
Yeah, too bad that's Polaroid.
Polaroid.
Dick.
Shut up, Jew.
Go back to the South.
And then speaking of smartphones, Apple has officially released their fake bokeh effect to the public.
Yeah.
It comes with iOS 10.1, the new portrait mode they're calling it. It's still technically in beta, which is what it notes when you first swipe to the new mode.
By the way, it doesn't say within 8 feet. 8 feet away. It's within 8 feet.
Oh, it's within 8
Yeah.
feet. Okay. I'm glad you cleared that up. Now, the depth effect can only be used on iPhone 7 Plus smartphones utilizing their 2x lens, like you have right there. Similar to like their HDR mode 2, once the photo's taken, it saves the original
It doesn't like you. It keeps saying move closer.
and new shallow
don't
depth
like
of field
them either.
image. So it'll save the images back to back, the original and the new version. Now, once the camera app is opened and turned to portrait mode, it gives you a live depth of field preview, which is kind of trippy. And then, like you said, it notes that it should be within 8 feet from your subject for optimal performance.
It doesn't like the edge of your crayons.
Now, that's the issue we kind of ran into. Some issues we saw were like haloing. It's way noisier and way more like compressed looking. You can just tell it's digitally compressed.
So here's my take.
And it has issues sometimes blurring out certain parts, like it just did on the crown. Crown.
Here's my take on this whole thing.
Hold on, Dave.
Buckle your seatbelts. Here comes another ranty Mick Ranterson.
I didn't even see Todd's boots, by the way.
Oh yeah, he's got like lugs on.
And
Timberlands.
they are not lugs, son bitch. They're Timberlands.
Legit.
And I got my acid wash journs.
Here's my take on this. It is an unbelievably amazing feature that you can do this, and it does it
It
in
is.
real time.
It's pretty cool.
That it does a fantastic job with it. What we realized really quick is in low light situations, you can't. It says not enough light, so you don't use it because there's not enough light to go ahead and use it with.
Let me
gotta
adjust
take
myself.
Yep, this is hurting.
Fixing my crown.
Oh my God!
Hippie!
What the hell just happened? I thought you were a patriot.
A patriot.
It was hurting my head.
You've got a nice red line across the forehead.
Oh, that was hurting me. That was hurting my head. So the feature's amazing
Yeah.
that it does it. But what we noticed real quick, taking with portrait mode, oh wow, the blood is rushing down from my head now. I mean, it's rushing to the other one.
Oh.
It's trouble. I don't
other
have
head.
pants on.
What?
The quality is really bad in the lower if you don't have a lot of light.
Yeah.
And what happens is you see a lot of noise and grain. And then when you take the same exact picture just using the camera app, it looks so much sharper and more colorful. It's better. Also, you can't shoot RAW, which is an issue. But other than that, it's a cool feature that 99.9% of the world that are going to use it are going to think it's the coolest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah. I would love if they did save it as like a DNG or something to be edited later in, say, Lightroom Mobile or something like that. But like you said, it's a cool feature to have for now. And then we've got the Compact Flash Association, aka CFA. They've announced the development of a brand new type of memory they're calling CFexpress. So the new card will be faster than anything currently on the market, they say, blazing fast at an unheard of 8 gigs a second. And to fully grasp that, even the fastest CFast 2.0 cards only max out at about 540 megabytes a second. So that's crazy.
8 gigs, wow.
The CFA does note that the first generation cards will most likely top out around 2 to 4 gigs.
And
a
Canon
second,
will be putting them in their
but
new
still-
cameras in 23 years.
Yeah, that's still crazy fast. And they do this by using the same technology as XQD cards, PCIe. Resource Magazine points out that because of this, they may be backwards compatible with XQD card slots. So we'll see.
Oh, cool.
Now, the only thing we do know is that it'll take some time, obviously, before these really do reach the market, as in like 20 years, probably.
I'm just looking at your crayons.
You like it?
I like that's really nice. The
This freaking costume cost a ton, man.
how much was it?
It was like $50 for just this part, and then I had to get everything else. I got my crown.
Where'd you find a crown?
Oh, it was in the same place, Spirit of Halloween.
And then you
Save your receipts. Put it in your expense report.
true. Okay, moving on.
And then we've got the oldest known production Nikon camera in the world is being auctioned off. It's the Nikon 1 rangefinder camera from 1948. It's currently up for auction by Westlick, where it's expected to sell for $200,000. And it's the third production camera ever made by Nikon, according to its serial number.
Serial number 3.
Yep. Well, it's a weird serial number. But the bottom of the camera even reads off Made in Occupied Japan. And the camera is currently owned by Japanese collector Tad Sato and comes with everything from the original.
What's his name?
Tad Sato. Sato. I'm sure it's pronounced something else.
Tad Sato.
Sato.
So it comes with everything from the original camera case down to the lens cap and even the original shutter mechanism. And the auction will start at about 90,000 euros.
Not buying it.
And I'll link over to the auction.
I would have bought the Lincoln
over
picture,
on the
but not
site.
this.
Then we've got drone news. Sweden has officially banned flying camera drones in public places unless you have a surveillance permit, which is not easy to get. Now, the Supreme Administrative Court of Sweden has ruled that the drones with cameras qualify as surveillance cameras and therefore will require a permit under surveillance laws. So basically, without a permit, you're shit out of luck. And if you wish to use a camera drone in a public place now, you'll need to pay a fee to apply for a permit. County administrators will then decide whether your use of the surveillance camera provides a legitimate benefit that outweighs public privacy, so most likely you'll get shot down. No pun intended.
God damn it, you son of bitches and your drones! I'm moving to Sweden. Because not only will they don't have drones, everything tastes a little bit more sweet because they don't use the real hippie organic sweetener. I like my homegrown American corn fructose syrup. Thank you. Goodbye, Jew.
You're in the building, Meredith.
He doesn't have to call
You
in.
don't have to call
Yeah,
in. You're
he's
right
right
here.
there.
You're looking at me.
Oh, hello, Jew. I didn't realize that it was you until you took your helmet off.
That's right.
And then fun fact, over 20,000 drones were sold in 2014 and over 1,000 permits have been issued by the government in Sweden for using camera drones for commercial purposes.
So do you know what this press conference sounded like?
What?
The flame is over,
Speaker?
donkey.
Was he in charge of it?
Meep, meep, bork, bork, meep, bork, 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 meep, meep, drones, meep, beep, 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 beep.
Do you think they should be considered surveillance cameras, though?
I have to agree with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me too. Moving on. Filmmaker Daniel Riley, he's attached to the world's brightest flashlight, his own 1,000-watt LED strip,
Flashlight,
onto a drone. What is that from?
flashlight.
He attached his powerful light strip onto a free fly,
Parliament Funkadelic.
Alta drone, and he filmed the whole experience. Now, flying over everything from like abandoned houses to just landscapes, the pitch black scene was like fully illuminated from above every single time, and you can see the full video in 4K over on the site. To see what he shot with it. The only thing that was weird is he didn't actually shoot anything from the drone itself. I think the drone was only carrying the LED strip, so he
That's
was
it?
just filming
He was just
everything on
lighting
the
the world
ground.
that way?
It was pretty cool, though. I mean, he would, again, light scenes that were completely pitch black and make them fully illuminated.
That guy's so cool.
He's so cool.
I met that guy.
I'm going to drink him.
So cool.
You're gonna drink him?
Yeah.
I was just Snapchatting
Drink
him.
him up.
And then we've got our buddy
Careful
Mike
though,
Kelley.
Don't choke on the nipple ring.
Mike Kelley.
Mike Kelley, he's taken on another aerial project in his new series, Air Portraits. This time he went on to mimic his original viral wake turbulence photo, which was huge, but at airports around the world.
What was it, Meredith?
What? Airport,
Huge.
huge, around the world.
So 74,000 air miles and 25 flights later, totaling up to 93 days of travel. You would hate that. He completed stage 1 of his project just to shoot the pictures. Not
As long
to
as
edit them.
everybody knows me wherever I go, I'm good with it.
Finding unique vantage points at each airport, including Dubai's airport, Sydney's, Tokyo's, just to name a few. He would wait while hundreds of planes took off or landed, capturing each one, and then he would composite them all together in post, which, again, you can see in this new series called Air Portraits.
We got the pictures.
Yep, and you can see a whole behind-the-scenes video he shot of his trip. It's like a 4-minute video.
Great behind the scenes of 94 days, Mike.
Posted that on his
4
website.
minutes.
4 minutes.
94 days.
There you go.
Most of it he
Way to
spent
commit
sleeping.
to it. Way to commit.
And that's it. Photo news is officially done.
I love Mike. Mike is fun.
Mike's awesome.
Mike is fun to bust his balls.
Way cooler than Steve.
I've been watching him in the F-stoppers behind-the-scenes stuff with shooting with Mike Kelley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's photo news. Now it's time for Gear of the Week, Steve.
Gear of the Week, yeah.
It's time for Gear of the Week.
It is time for the
I'm
Gear
going
of
to
the
pull out Gear of the Week.
You're going to pull it out?
I'm going to pull it out. Well, I usually do.
You got like 4
Oh, that's
nipples.
what we're
looks
doing
like.
now? Cool, because I got to really piss in myself.
So here's what we've got. This is called the Apollo by Convergent Designs. It's
pretty cool.
It's very similar in concept and theory to what the Atomos is, or are, or is. This one actually, did you know that it has 2
Yeah.
two hard drive slots?
2 SSD slots.
All right, so why we got this, Dan, show the picture of the Convergent Design showing the 4-panel, the 4-screen. It has 4 SDI inputs, meaning the reason I asked them to send this, and this is a loaner unit that we do have to send back.
We do.
It actually deactivates itself in 24 days.
If that's even enough time for us to review it.
Yeah, but
Thanks
they said
for that.
They
Thanks for that.
said if that happens, they'll send us another so we can actually use it. So the idea is that this should allow you to be a switcher, like a studio, where you can put 4 cameras into it, live switch it by touching the screen, and get a 5th channel is the final is all of your live switching. But after that, not only do you have each one of the 4 individually, you have that final mix
Final
down.
multicam
and you
live
can also
switch, yep.
go back and make tweaks.
That'll basically give you markers in Premiere or Final Cut, whatever your NLE editor is, and it will let you then tweak all of the cuts, which is great.
So the idea is that this $2,300 unit
It's $2,900 or something
on the
like
website,
that. It's about $3,000. Yeah.
Oh, this $3,000 unit could save us a day or more of editing time for RAWtalk, which is what we're looking to do. I'd rather invest in this so that Dan has more time to edit other stuff while I shoot money at him, which I did the other week.
Now, you can also do a 4K input, 2 4K inputs, and basically do a split screen and do like a 1080, 2 separate 1080 outputs, which is great.
Actually, they said you could do.
Sorry. Is it one
was 2.
4K signal and then it'll split in 2?
No,
That's
it said it would split it in 3. You could do so. It'll take your 4K signal and then allow you to do 3 different streams. You could do a tight, a medium, a wide, all from
Is it
one
3?
camera.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
it was 3.
2. Okay.
But I think you could do 2 simultaneously with 4K.
Gotcha.
Or something like that. We
What's
don't know
their,
all of the stuff.
What's their social media?
It's I mean.
We should have the audience tweet at them and tell them thank you.
I'm sure it's
Thanks for
Convergent,
supporting
at
the Fro.
Convergent.
Well, it may not be at Convergent. We're gonna look at it. Dan's gonna put it on the screen. At these people, this Twitter, whatever it is,
Or Convergent
right here
Design,
on the
yeah.
screen.
Yep.
For the Apollo, and say, what do we want them to say?
Hashtag thanks for supporting the Fro.
Yeah, saw you on RAWtalk.
Yep.
Hashtag FroKnowsPhoto is awesome and amazing. Everything is awesome. Everything is great.
And it'll also basically simultaneously do everything in 10-bit ProRes, whether it's LT. You can even do proxy ProRes, which is nice. You can do HQ, 422, 444, everything.
So what we had to do is we had to order SDI cables to run from the Todd's GoPro.
SDI adapters.
To get SDI to HDMI. So
HDMI to
SDI,
Yep.
then into this box. We're going to do all 3 of these cameras, which means Dan won't have to press the button any longer, but he can just focus on doing this.
He can just sit there and look dumb like he normally does.
Todd's camera, GoPro, will be recorded, and then that may be cut
We'll
in
just
later.
probably have to sync that up later in
Give
post.
that handsome Todd a real camera at some point, you son of bitches.
Nope.
All right. That's it. That's Gear of the Week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to using that.
So be sure to tweet at them and let them know that the Fro sent you.
Yes.
Oh, at Convergent D.
So, by the way, what was on the screen was at Convergent D.
If you're listening, yes.
Yes, Convergent D. At Convergent D. Sounds like a drug. All right, moving on to memes. I meant flying
Nope,
solo.
flying
What?
solo.
I said my eyes deceived me.
We take a week off and look what
Sorry,
happens.
I hold on.
That helmet was too tight.
Dude, the blood is now rushing back to where it belongs.
I like that.
Oh shit, these are dirty. Todd, can I get your lens cloth?
Make sure it's not the one we clean the actual lenses with.
Good throw.
There you
That's
go.
dirty. Ooh, hey, what's up?
I just have to clean my glasses. Hold on, excuse me. It's just they're dirty, and I'm going to use my FroKnowsPhoto lens cloth, which you
You
can
know,
get
all of Todd's oils on you
stored
now.
up front. Ah, son of a bitch.
Ew.
Get all my protein up on your glasses
gross.
now, nice and close to your face.
His special coating.
Yep.
Oh, is that why? Is that why they're always?
You're used to my oils up on your face.
Is that why? Is that why it's
don't
purple?
pretend. Don't pretend.
Oh my god, that's so much better though. Okay, so for flying solo, I requested on the Facebook that you do your video questions, which there were a bunch that came in less than normal because I guess people are afraid to
show
go
their
on
face.
video, which is fine. You
Afraid
could
to be made
always
fun of by Todd.
You could always leave a comment. That's fine. I like the video comments, so let's get to the first one right here from Gloria Paddock.
Gloria!
Oh, that's my favorite broad right there. That's my favorite broad.
My favorite.
Here we go.
Hi, it's Gloria. I'm here with Rusty. I'm dog sitting Rusty, my sister's dog, for this week. We are both inquiring as to what you're going to be wearing this year for Halloween RAWtalk. We will be watching.
All right, so, well,
Gloria already answered that, so that was stupid, Gloria.
First off, I want to say something about the dog. The dog's sitting there like the eyes are all messed up. It must be old.
I think he looks pretty old, yeah.
I'm not making fun of your sister's dog, Gloria, but does he have cataracts? Because he's just like, damn.
He's like you.
Damn.
Exactly. Don't be talking about nobody's eyesight, blind boy.
All right, James Moore.
Hi, FroKnowsPhoto.com. My question is, do I fork out for a license for my drone for weddings for the little footage I get, or do I just leave it to the Batmobile?
So that's a good question, Batman. I mean, you fighting crime, it probably helps. I just hope you're not in Sweden.
Thanks, Fro.
If it helps you make more money to get a license, I don't know the cost of the license, but I would say maybe. Or do you even need a license? Are they going to arrest you if you just do it anyway?
Well, you're taking a risk if you don't have one, but I'm sure you can get away with it.
Here's something to be careful of at a wedding. Insurance is probably not going to cover if a drone crashes into the crowd. You're screwed. Your
Most
liability
insurance does not cover it.
probably won't cover it.
Yeah.
So I would just say be careful.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a written question here. CJ Evans. You all disagreed with the Ask First campaign, saying that it was within the law and you didn't have to. Yet in Germany, where the law didn't allow you, you said screw it and did it anyway. I know people don't have a right to privacy in a public space, but why do you think you have a right to shoot them even when they don't want to? If the law changed in the U.S., would you follow a new law in the same way you claim your rights under the current one? All right. So in Germany, I actually don't know the law, so ignorance is bliss there. We were told that you can't just photograph people
We're told
standing
from our
alone,
German correspondent, yep.
like single people.
Yes.
But if it's in a group area or it's a group gathering, you can do it. We did it, and we didn't have a problem. So nobody said boo, nobody said who, nobody said what. They didn't ask any questions. We just did it. And when it comes to doing photos like this, this Ask First campaign, certain times, yes. Like when I was at my buddy Jude's surprise
Stripper
roast
party
that they did, and there were a bunch of burlesque
burlesque
dancers. I asked first if they were okay if I took video to send
They're
to Todd.
also half naked, so that makes
But
a little more sense.
asked.
Yeah.
I'm not a. Ugh. It looks like I got beat up. I'm not a dick, But in terms of if the law changes here, I don't think the law is going to change.
I don't think so
I think
either.
at first it may change and be like, you can't photograph random kids in the park or something. But common sense says don't hang out at the park.
Unless you're doing a real world review and you just take a random picture of a child.
When did I do that, Todd?
In Germany?
Around the bubble guy. I'm going to do it.
No, I think this is
Nope,
the other
by
one
the
we're talking
bikes.
about.
Oh, the girl behind the bikes. Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to take this picture anyway. They interfered on our photo shoot.
I guess we had. That's right.
We had dibs.
We had jurisdiction, right?
I forgot we had permits.
And we were in front of the United States Embassy.
That was at the block.
You don't need permits. You just do
That's
it.
right. Americans do whatever the hell they want. So that next time you send your hippy dippy question, just remember America first.
All right. Aaron Nichols.
Nickel bag of funk.
Oh, sorry. Aaron Nickums.
Oh.
Hey guys, I was wondering if he's going to ever want to make any more content like the Grand Canyon video. Love that video. I'd love to see some more content. So, thanks. Bye.
So,
Well,
What's his name?
Aaron.
Well, Aaron. That's what we shot in Germany.
Yeah.
Aaron.
We did shoot another episode type a little different than the Grand Canyon, but it's more along the lines of a
Definitely
travel
different, yeah.
show.
Yep.
But we're trying to find the right style of video to create, and that's why we still are creating them. Do we want to put out more? Yes. Part of the issue, again, Fro Factory holding us up, not being in there. That's holding up a lot of the content that we want to do. But it is what it is. We are putting out more 5-minute portraits and real-world reviews than we've ever done before, and I think they're better. Some of the best content that you'll find on the YouTube when it comes to photo.
And they will see episode 2 before the end of the year.
Yes.
Way before the end of the
And a
year.
lot of people keep asking the fan interviews that we shot in Cologne at the Corner Dome. They keep asking when's
That's
that going
part
to be
of
released.
episode
That's
2. So
exactly.
that
That's
will
part of the
be
show.
all that'll be out before the end of the year. Yep. I'm cranking on it.
Yep.
In between VR.
Speaking of cranking. All right, Aaron, stop talking.
Shut up, Aaron. We heard you. Jesus.
Close. All right.
Glitch in the Matrix.
Next one comes from Adriana Berga de Gonzalez. She's a Trump supporter.
Hey guys, Adriana from Texas. Longtime listener since your days on the park bench. One of your 5 female listeners, and don't worry, I'm not driving.
She sounds smoking.
My question is, if you had to hire a photographer, what would you want in their work? What would you be looking for? And Todd, don't be a creep.
Whoa.
That was perfect.
Whoa. I think I got permission to be creepy today, girl.
Hey, girl. So it's a good question.
Yeah.
What do I look for? I look for somebody that doesn't suck. I look for somebody that shoots my style, that's capable of getting pictures similar to what gets pictures similar to what I like to capture.
Can I clone myself? Is that a possibility?
But it's kind of true. It's the type of work that I personally like. I like work that is similar to what I like to shoot.
I mean, I think that's everybody.
Yeah.
But I don't want somebody who takes shitty photos. I want somebody who's going to take quality, well-exposed, well-composed, nice images. That's what I look for.
So someone opposite of yourself.
So if I ever get married, that's what I'll be doing. All right, next. Galed Hernandez.
Hey, Fro, big hello from Chihuahua, Mexico. My question, DJI Mavic or the GoPro Karma, and why? Keep up the good work, and thanks for all your content.
So simple. For anybody that's missed us talking about this in the past, about the GoPro Karma versus the Mavic, I personally ordered the Mavic, waiting for it to come in because it's smaller. We held on to it at PPE for the first time.
So light.
When we got to see it. It's not, it's metal, though. It's nice and,
Yeah,
it's literally
it's
this
definitely
big.
sturdy.
But it is a really good opportunity to carry something around.
Yeah.
That's powerful, and you could travel with it. The Karma, though it's smaller than a Phantom because it folds up a little bit, it's not nearly going to. It won't fly as far. It doesn't have the same technology. I'm all for the DJI.
I will say that GoPro 5, though, with that new mode where it's pretty much rectilinear, every line is straight, it's great. That is nice to have on something like a drone.
Anything that keeps me looking straight, I agree with. Thank you.
Next question, Kyle Markham.
Hey, what up, Fro and team? Kyle and Markham here from Oceanside, California, and I am starting a YouTube channel, Markham Motion Pictures, talking about filmmaking, and I want to have a buffer room for those larger projects that will go longer than expected. How many videos do you suggest have in the shoot ready to be released on a daily basis? Thanks, guys, and keep up the good work.
First off, I don't call it a shoot. I call it in the can.
The queue.
In the queue.
Yeah.
How many do I have? We have a bunch of critiques.
Like 0 right now.
Well, we have 0 of the ones that I want to put up.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of the critiques because I can make those in one fell swoop.
They're easy, yeah.
And we can have those waiting to go. Right now, there's probably about 10 of those critiques that are done. I've got the Mike Kelley video to edit that I did the other day.
You've got another video you just put up today.
Another video I put up today. So I can make those type of videos. I think it's great that you could have 5-6 pieces of content that are uploaded that you can turn on in some kind of fashion. Now, I've put out, I guess, 1.2 videos a day for 6 years, over 6 years.
I was going to say, I think it also depends on how frequent he releases these videos. Is it once a week? Is it every day like
Exactly.
you?
So just a couple in the queue that you could always turn to that are ready to go if you need to. I always want to get ahead of the game. Part of what we'll do at the Fro Factory, I got ideas for new styles of shows that I think are going to be very well received.
And that'll be a lot easier to churn out content constantly.
Well, I think it will allow us to focus on real-world reviews, 5-minute portraits, and the show. While we're doing this other content, because we'll have an editor, the stuff will be set up so it will go much quicker.
No more having to break down RAWtalk to shoot other videos and have a whole production team to be constantly moving shit around. It'll be a lot easier.
Next question from Chris Lasher.
What's up, Fro? It's Chris Lasher, Lasher Photography. Love the 5-minute portraits. Would like to see you do a 5-minute portrait with the strobes. Get the flashes out instead of turning it up to ISO 51000 and do it right. See how you guys do it in the real world. Thanks.
That's not a problem. We'll do that one day.
I would love that.
I have no problem doing that.
I love strobes, man. Speed lights all day. That's
Yeah,
what
you
I'm
did
all
some of
about.
that with your Budweiser stuff.
My Budweiser stuff, I took a lot of speed lights. Did it all myself, too, which was a pain in the ass, but it worked out.
Yeah.
I always have a couple in the bag.
I have no problem breaking out the old strobes, speed lights, doing whatever we need to do. Yeah.
I just love the portability of the speed lights and having them set up at any time.
I like strobes too, but I prefer Budweiser. Thank you. You like that, didn't you, Dan?
Next question. Aaron Tremblay.
Hey, Jared, Steven, Todd, and Dan. How's it going, guys? Aaron from Tucson, Arizona. Was wondering how long you think it is an acceptable time frame to deliver wedding photos to a client. Maybe about 8 hours of shooting, 1,500 to 2,000 photos, with keeping maybe about 50 to 60% of those delivered. Wondering what the acceptable time frame is. Love the show. Thanks for all you guys do.
Okay, so
good question.
It is a really good question. First off, you know, the whole 2,000 photos being taken, I don't think you should be delivering 60% of those. That's 110, 150, you know, that not 110.
60% of 2,000 is
That's
how much?
I was just gonna say, I was
1,100.
like, what are you talking about?
That's 1,100 or so photos. I would not, or 1,200. I would not be delivering 1,200 keepers. I would be
That's
looking
too much.
in this day and age. I would not deliver more than 450. 500 images at the freaking most, because what are you doing, motor driving throughout the day? That's one of the things that when I always said I would deliver no less than 350 proofs. And when I did proofs, I color corrected them. I knew a lot of wedding photographers that didn't take the time to color correct their proofs.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the biggest mistake. Thought the biggest mistake was when you're delivering a product of a proof, you know people are going to show their friends the proof book.
Exactly.
So why wouldn't you take the time to edit them?
Yes.
But don't deliver 2,000. What is reasonable? I like to do by the end of the weekend, send them 3 pictures.
But you're also
just for
shooting
fun.
like one wedding how often?
I'm talking about me. No, I mean, in general, what I would do when I was shooting them, and I would do a couple a month, I always like to deliver 1 or 2 just from the day when they were on their honeymoon, so they had something to post on social media while it was fresh. I would no more than 3 weeks or so to start to deliver those images.
I just think that's hard to do when you're a full-time wedding photographer constantly doing shoots.
You need to figure out how to do it.
Maybe
you can't
have a
keep
side
people
gig,
I
waiting.
feel like
the
the
maybe you're a shooter and then you have an editor. That
well,
does it.
yes, that I think, but I feel like the general time frame for that is 3 months later.
3 months?
What? Yes.
No way.
No
absolutely
way.
not.
I would say that's probably the general.
If you
No
want
way in hell.
Now, me, I don't like to do that, but I think most wedding photographers do that.
A matter of weeks. By the time they're back from their honeymoon, if it's a week or 10 days, I want to have them in their hands.
Boom.
And I get it. If you're shooting a shit ton, no, but I know that full-time wedding photographers, high-end ones, they do have people that go, they'll call the images and let somebody edit, and then they'll go and look. They do what they need to do to make that happen. But part of being able to deliver quicker is not shooting 2,000, not editing 2,000 pictures. If you shoot 2,000 pictures, fine. But do not go back and edit more than 500. It's just making trouble.
Yeah.
People are going to, and you'll hear this when we did an interview with Gary Fong, which is coming up in a week or two in another episode, and he talks about that, where he would make these storybook albums, and his thing was to make the first go of it, and then people would just basically buy it.
Yep.
Because they didn't have to think. If you make people think, how do I pick from 500 or 1,000 pictures?
Well, he would tell a story in his book,
Yeah.
his storybook. Yeah. Now, the other thing is shooting 2,000 images. I would never probably shoot that much, but I do shoot a lot during a wedding, mainly because I'll fire off 5 or 6 at the same time
Trying to get the right
make sure
shot.
one of them is perfect.
Which is perfectly
Yeah.
fine. Just don't edit all of them.
No, and I'll give them maybe 400, or like the last wedding I did, I gave them 450 or something.
To like 20% of what you shoot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's fine. Thomas Stewart Johnstone.
Hey, Fro and gang. I'm looking to get a new computer for photo editing and amongst schoolwork. What do you recommend? Love the videos. Thank you.
So, always a good question. You're looking to buy a computer for school, buy a computer for editing, most likely don't want to spend a shit ton of money.
Don't buy Apple.
There are so many options out there in terms of PCs today that you can get a quality PC with the same innards, similar to what you would get from a Mac, for half the price. You could probably spend about $1,000 or less getting a really pimped out PC that runs Windows 10.
Lots of RAM.
Lots of RAM. You don't really need so much in the way of storage space. If you're not going to spend them, if you can't spend the money for a MacBook Pro, which are getting announced tomorrow when we were filming this, by the way, then there's no problem going with a PC, because what you have to remember is that the same programs are on both. Lightroom is in the cloud. So when you download Lightroom, it doesn't matter if you use it on a PC or a Mac or anything. You're really just living in ecosystem. So whether you like Windows or you hate Windows, you're living in an ecosystem that's going to be familiar no matter what you go with. So if you want to save money, because you need to save money, I have no problem, but find a good PC. I don't even know if Gateway exist. They still exist. Those are crap.
Gateway, I don't think so.
I don't even know that I would buy a Dell. Sony always put out stuff.
How about a Tandy?
A Tandy, yeah. How about a Handy? I like the ThinkPads.
Yes, please.
ThinkPads were always, Lenovo was always cool, but I don't know, like Sony Vaio. I don't know much about those computers.
Yeah,
maybe an Alienware or something.
I think I'd
gaming.
personally rather just build my own from the bottom up.
Laptop.
Laptop you're talking about? I thought you were talking about desktop.
No, I'm talking about laptop.
Now, I will say, coming from a PC guy,
thank you.
I'm personally more of a Windows guy, and I came on board with you, and you're obviously complete Apple ecosystem, which is fine. And now I'm to the point where I edit only on Macs, which, again, like you said, it's all, you're living in the same ecosystem. If you have Premiere, Lightroom, or whatever, you're just living in that program, which the only thing that's different is really the shortcut keys.
Yeah.
To me, PC, Mac, they're both good these days. It really doesn't matter.
And with that said, Microsoft this morning had an announcement when we're recording this. They basically put out an iMac type thing, except it's a full touchscreen. I believe it was 28 inches with a pen input. You could move it around. You could do all that different stuff. So, all right, here we go.
Yep.
Andre Oliver.
Hello, Fro, Steven, Todd, and the whole gang. I'm wondering about the 5-minute portrait in Cologne. How you guys manage to keep a low profile having two guys with cameras and Jared with his huge fro walking around in a country that you don't know? Do you have any tips? Oh, and if you're wondering, I'm a hipster pirate.
All right, so how did we keep a low profile?
We didn't.
We don't worry about it.
We didn't.
Seriously, there are so many tourists in Cologne walking around. Or we were in Berlin.
We did Berlin for the 5 minute.
So what was going on in Berlin? Not that it would have mattered if it wasn't, but the marathon was about to happen. Actually, there was a marathon that day.
You're
so
right.
There's a lot of news coverage. There's a lot of people around. We were just blending in as well as we could.
I think one of the biggest things for us is the fact that we use the XC10s and they're so small they look like just little camcorders. And on top of that, I usually go fully zoomed out just to get a little more of a background blur and compression.
It's like you're hiding in the crowd anyway.
So yeah, I'm really far back from Jared. We're typically not like right 10 feet away from you.
Yeah.
So that's one way we kind of stay hidden.
Yeah, that's about it.
A lot of people actually asked about the microphone placement, the lav placement. Some people were wondering on the comment section if we had it in your hair, which people do.
Yeah.
But we actually, just tape it
Goes
up to
right
your
here,
chest.
underneath
rip
the shirt.
a couple of your,
It's in his
5
little
hairs
bird
off.
chest. It's in the nest there. It's in the nest of the bird.
Whatever, Todd.
But it works out.
You wish.
Yeah.
Richard W. Best.
Hey, Fro. This is my kid. I'm Richard from Central Oregon. Want to know how you turn down friends or potential clients politely without being rude or a jackass. Thank you.
So
that's a good one.
Good question.
That's a good question.
So the easiest way to turn down a friend,
I have people ask me all the time if I can shoot their stuff.
You can go the direction of, right now I'm not taking any of those type of shoots.
That's pretty much what I say.
I could recommend somebody that could help you out. That's one way you could do it. If it's a client coming around, you can say I'm booked, or you could still use the right now I'm not taking on any new clients. If that's what you want to do, you got to be careful with that in case they have friends that want to hire you or something. But you just have to walk on eggshells, especially if it's friends asking for stuff. And
what's your budget?
You could ask what their budget is. You could say what are you looking for. You could see if it fits you. If they're that also opens the door to maybe being interested.
Because I'm way too good for you.
So the best way to do it is just like, you can't really always say I'm booked, because they'll be like, well, I'll wait.
Yeah.
You can really take more of the route of, well, right now I'm not doing those type of shoots.
Mm-hmm.
Or I out of respect, I don't like doing these type of things for friends. I like us being friends, but I could recommend somebody who could do a great job. That is a good way out, is to say that, you know, we're friends. I don't want to do I shouldn't be doing your wedding just in case. I want to attend if I'm attending, but I can point you in the direction of somebody else.
Any wedding that I'm actually invited to, I will never shoot. Granted, the one I just shot, I was invited to, but again, it was last minute and I didn't know about it. So yeah, that's one way to say it.
All right, Cody Whitaker.
Hey, Jared. My question to you is, how did you find clients and subjects when you were first starting in order to get experience and get some exposure in your local community? That's what I'm trying to do, and I don't want to be awkward and just ask random people or families and say, hey, I will photograph you if you let me. Thanks for any support. Love your show. Love RAWtalk.
All right, so how did I do it when I was just starting out?
He just stood outside the bridal shop and just stared at people.
No. The same way that everybody does. You start shooting friends.
Yeah, exactly.
And then one thing leads to another, and then you go and do an event and somebody meets you. Like, people think that there's really a secret to how I got started or how you got started.
Yeah. It's people you
I don't know about Todd.
It's always people you know. Always.
All it is.
It's always people. You start off doing those shoots, and then it spreads from there because a friend knows a friend knows a friend knows a friend. You're expanding your reach when you work with somebody. And then you enter their network, and then you enter somebody else's network. It just spirals from there. It's just... When somebody's like, I don't have anybody to photograph. Well, unless you have nobody literally around ever, then there is somebody to photograph.
Yep.
You just have to ask or make yourself available.
Even if it's family members, whoever. Ask first.
Good one, Todd. Good callback. I don't ask first. Good question, though. All right, next we've got Holly Miller. Stefan.
Another woman.
Hey, Fro, Steven, and Todd. Just a quick question. What do you think is sharper, the Canon 24-70 2.8 or the Sigma art lenses, like maybe the 50mm? Thanks.
Will somebody
Keep
tell
those kids quiet. Shut them kids up.
God, I didn't even hear the
I will go get a switch if those kids don't settle down, making a ruckus.
It's kind of why I answered this question, is because the kids were yelling in the background. I have never used the Sigma ones, but the recommendations I've always given,
I've heard great things.
That I personally use the Nikon for everything, because that's on the highest end. I want to put the Nikon on there.
Fanboy.
Sigma has done a tremendous job in the past couple years. If you're on a D610, a D750, on the lower end side of that range, I don't have a problem with a 70-200 Sigma, a 24-70 Sigma, to save that money as you grow as a photographer. I think the quality is going to be perfectly fine. I don't think you'll ever really see much of a difference. With that being said, once we get into the factory, we can churn out more lens videos around Sigmas, Tamrons, Tokinas, Sonys, you name it. That's the idea.
I've been wanting to get the Canon 11-24 f4, which
I
you
have
recently...
that.
Yeah, but I've been wanting to get it myself.
No, you can borrow mine.
But it's $3,000. It's an expensive lens.
I got $500 off.
There you go.
I bought it open box item.
But I will say that Sigma has a new art lens, the 12-24 f4, that I'm debating on getting because that's only like $1,600, half price.
True that.
And it's supposed to be just as good. So I don't know. We'll see.
We'll
right now, I only own Canon lenses because I have a Canon body. But Sigma might be. Yeah, I might have to
because
jump
Sigma
on board.
has done an awesome job. We've got Jenny Lee Parkin.
Hey Jared, Stephen, Todd, and Dan. Jenny from Australia here. Just wondering what macro lens you'd recommend for Nikon D3200. Thank you. Love your work. Bye for now.
I kind of took this because she's from Australia. And I just wanted to hear her Australian accent.
Super hot.
Bindi Irwin, everybody. So her question, macro lens for D3200. Nikon makes like a 40mm macro, pretty inexpensive. But remember that on a DX, it's about a 60. So you're going to have to be a little close to your subject. And remember, as you get close shooting macro, you kind of block some of the light unless you're bringing in external lights, extra lights to shine in there.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. That's something that happens.
How many macro lenses does Nikon have?
They have the 40. They have a 60. They now have an 80 macro.
Do they?
DX. They have a 105 macro. They have, I believe, a 200, an older 200 macro.
Okay.
But there's also Tamron and Sigma. They make 90mm macros that are affordable and great options that you could also look at, especially on the D3200. Just know you're going to drop a couple $100, you know, $600 on a lens like that. Just be aware of that. So that's really it.
Your crayons are drooping.
I just hope they're not
You
scratching
need some
the
Viagra
mic.
for your crayons.
You know, doing that.
That's all I got
For your crowns.
That's all I got for Flying Solo.
Cool.
So that's Flying
Lots
Solo.
of videos this week. That was good.
Yeah, I love the videos coming in.
And you'll
I like
do
the
both.
videos
You'll still
as
pick
well.
regular questions, but you will also pick videos.
Right. Oh, now it's time to spin the wheel.
It is.
At first, I thought it was time for memes, but then I'm like, I'm not going to say that
Spin
because
the wheel, then
because
memes.
Dan was moving to get the wheel. I was like, damn.
Oh, I
on
just saw a
top of
beer bottle running around. Maybe want to drink that son of a bitch.
So here is the wheel that Dan, the beer bottle, went and got. We've got squarespace.com/fro. Go to squarespace.com/fro to get a 14-day free trial. Get 10% off your first order when you use the code FRO. Videoblocks.com/go/fro. Store.froknowsphoto.com to get yourself. That's cannibalism. What are you doing?
Sorry.
Bag.
It's my baby.
That's my bag.
Check my bag out.
Todd still has a bag. Rode microphones each and every week. We do Rode.
Roads.
We do Rode. We use Rode. We're going to go to the party in January, and we're still
Yes,
working on
Vegas.
getting that special invite-only.
Exclusive.
It's going to be an exclusive invite-only in our suite.
I'm probably going to dress like this
I'm bringing
from
this
now
costume.
on.
We should just stand in the street and charge people.
Exactly.
Hey, guys, get
Probably
your picture with the crayon.
Make a good solid buck that night.
Kessler Crane. Go to KesslerCrane.com/fro. Use FRO10 to get 10% off your order of Kessler Crane products without my head on it. But yeah, Kessler Crane. We got some.
You mean Kessler Crown?
Crown. Spin again. Win a. If it lands there, you are going to win a printer. Adoramapics.com. Video guide. We got Think Tank Photo. We got audioblocks.com/go/fro. Store.froknowsphoto.com to pick up all of your t-shirts. They're actually mine. You could also go to froknowsphoto.com/guides to pick up all of the guides. Oh, that's all the way up there.
Dan, run the commercial.
Hey there, don't forget, if you're interested in learning exactly how I capture these images or how we make these videos, then check out the full line of FroKnowsPhoto video guides. Learn how to unlock the power of your camera and capture amazing photos with the FroKnowsPhoto Guide to Getting Out of Auto. Learn how to finally take control of your flash with the FroKnowsPhoto Guide to Flash Photography. And learn how to shoot and edit video with the FroKnowsPhoto Guide to DSLR Video and Guide to Video Editing. If you want to take your creative skills to the next level, go to froknowsphoto.com/guides to learn more.
Let's go backwards since I skipped. Hoya!
Hoya!
Hoya! Hoya! Fro Prize, Lexar Hub, and Lexar. We use all those Lexar cards. We also have Rode microphone on there once again. Now guess what time it is, Todd?
Time to vomit.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm going to spin that wheel.
Oh.
Ooh. Look at all those nipples.
Oh, there's a stain in the back of those pants.
Look at that. Look at that little nug.
Look at that little tiny mushroom. Teeny tiny.
Jesus.
You ready?
Spin that wheel!
Around and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. The wheel of Fro is still spinning. That was an amazing spin.
Amazing.
It's going to stop on something amazing.
Bag.
That could be the printer.
Bag.
So they're going to be a little short of the printer.
Bag.
It's a bag. It's a bag from Think Tank. Congratulations goes to Adriana Barrega.
You better send that to her before we put the wall up, son bitches.
We'll have to get that to you before the wall goes up. Todd, that's terrible. There's nothing.
Who's Todd?
Is that just Meredith? Just because her name is Andrea Barrega de Gonzalez doesn't mean anything.
Well, she does not sound like my white crayon, is all I'm saying.
Crown.
That's all I'm saying.
Crown.
My white crown. Son of a bitch.
All right, so congratulations. You have won a bag from Think Tank. We will be getting that into the mail. Hopefully it does not have to traverse a wall. And now let's get to memes.
Let's do it.
All right, so it's time for the memes that you guys send into singwheeloffro@gmail.com.
Hope there's some crown memes.
All right, here we go. First one is from who, Todd?
First one is from Wes Jones. It's called Bad Froman.
That's good.
That is good. Where's that from?
It's Lady Gaga.
It's the only
No,
person.
where's the picture from?
Photo Plus.
I want to say
probably.
Photo Plus, yeah.
Next.
The only person Jared loves. This one's from Andrea Ice. It's called Milsh. It's not, and now this is not, now when he sent it in, he was like, it's not really a meme. It's just Dick Milsh, which is like raw milk or something, or like, no, sweet milk, I think it's called.
Dick Milsh.
Dick milk is kind of like sweet milk.
That's funny.
Anyway, the
Thank you
next
for-
one is from
wait,
Burn.
Wait, hold on. If you do find things that you think we would find funny,
Yeah, send 'em in.
You can send them in as well.
Yeah.
Next.
Next one's from Bernie Holiday. It's called Brick Life.
Look at Jared in the background.
Where's Jared? Oh, I'm right there. That's Chase Jarvis.
Freaking creepy.
And that's me. Hashtag Brick Life.
Next one's from Chris Daltrey. It's
Oh,
called
shit.
Bigger Fro.
Oh, this was at Allen's Palooza.
It's our buddy.
My fro is bigger than yours. Well, I have a Porsche.
That's right. Next.
Next one's from Iliad Liren. It's called Crush Edit.
Crushed it.
Better you than the Porsche. You see all of us in the van?
Dan.
Look at Dan.
Dan's sitting in the front seat. Hi, guys.
He's like, hey, guys. Next one's from Evie. It's called Frotats.
Oh, my.
Yep.
I'm in a Lego suit. I should have found that for Halloween.
Gangster. Next one's from Phantom Luck.
Oh, Jesus.
It's just Happy Halloween. It's just our Halloween one.
Oh, no.
That was nice of us.
A little cat in the
You
window.
got a little Lego you're playing with.
Oh, is that a
Steven.
Todd tattoo that you have?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
There's bananas on the table, too.
Oh, Jesus.
Next one is from Felix. It's the Trump contest plug. Have you signed up for the Gigunda 2? It's huge.
That's a good one.
Do we have permission to use that photo?
It's a parody, sure.
Next one's from G. Pearson. It's Frorutu.
Todd and Steven overjoyed with Fro's replacement, Frorutu. Frorutu knows photo. Hashtag.
Next.
Next one's from Jacob Modem. It's Homer Crazy. No more RAWtalk, Homer. Something. Go crazy? Don't mind if I do. Okay.
That's terrible.
When people ask me why didn't you put mine up, that's why. Next one's from John Nemesis, Fro Fight Club. What the fuck did you just say about my camera?
Go get him, Steven Stallone. Oh, what do we got in the back?
You see me back there? Fight!
Someone has where's the free pizza?
I picked this one because I was like, holy jeez, that looks incredible. Steven should definitely wear that mustache.
I do look pretty badass.
The mustache you're wearing
That's
right
the
now,
Meredith
Todd.
mustache.
That's what I'm saying. One day when you can grow facial hair, Steven, you should definitely grow
This
that.
is all I can grow right
All right.
here.
Next.
Next one's from Mike Desinierzo. It's Shotgun Wedding. Fro caught diddling, you son bitch.
He's got a Confederate flag.
That's funny.
Mr. Firmware sent in the real world review. Do a real world review, they said. It would be fun, they said. By the way, he told me that his internet in Australia was so crappy that it froze there, and that's why he picked this picture.
Oh. Is that the little girl in the background?
It is.
singing?
Yep. Because when you start talking about her, I cut to that footage because that's the only footage we
Oh,
had.
I didn't know
of her.
she was there.
Yeah.
She was.
Because she started there and then walked across the whole thing.
Then it was her fault for entering our scene.
Sure it was.
Next.
Next one's Ryan Kehoe. It's Crush Edit.
Hey, Jared, I can't seem to find the Crush Edit Lightroom preset.
Hashtag crush it.
That's funny.
Where are you sitting, Steven?
That's a picture at Wendy's house, actually. We did like a
Oh.
photo booth setup. That was like 5-6 years ago.
And there's Jared in his gangster rapper phase.
There's Todd's mugshot.
That was my British phase. What's next?
Next one is from Broxy Bear. It's called Sorry Broxy Bear.
Crushing it
RAWtalk
again.
201. We're really sorry Hoya didn't send you anything, Broxy Bear. We'll send you a Nikon 24mm 1.8 instead.
Oh, Hoya told us in person
They did.
that they're taking care of it finally.
Yeah, they did.
All right, next.
Next one from Thomas Prettyman. It's called Shoes.
The face you make when you put Legos in all of Jared and Todd's shoes.
So funny.
And the last one is a video?
Is a video, and I'll mute mine.
All right, here we go.
From Gunnar Lenegalon.
Yeah, monkey or gorilla or ape, whatever he is.
Steven? That's all.
Oh, that's crazy.
That was pretty clever.
So what do we got here? What are we going to pick, Todd?
Jeez, I don't know. Well, Halloween one was very forward thinking. I will say that.
I think I like
the crushed Porsche one.
John Nemesis, the one of Steven looking over his shoulder. It's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, that one was pretty good. With me and all the tats.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I like Halloween. I like the Fight Club one.
And
I do like the Eliad Leron, the crushed it one with the Porsche. That was pretty good.
Okay.
All right, so is that 3?
That's 3.
Sure.
Then those are our 3. Congratulations, you are winning a guide.
Guide.
And that's going to be that for Flying Solo.
Yeah. No, for memes.
Jesus, Jared. that's memes. So that blah 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 blah. That's what you have for your memes. Any hashtags, Dan?
Oh God.
Beer Bottle was not keeping track of it. What do you guys? You guys come up with some hashtags from this week's show, the Halloween special with Meredith, with crayons, and I was Michael Phelps. Let us know what you are being for Halloween. Feel free to share your images. All right, send us some costumes.
Some crowns for you too, by the way.
Thank you. Thanks for your crowns.
There you go, Dan.
Send some images. If you have really good costumes, send those into singwheeloffro@gmail.com, and maybe we'll showcase some of your cool costumes. If you're going as Todd, Steven, or I, that'd be awesome. That's it. That's going to be it. Go to FroKnowsPhoto.com/RAWtalk-202 for all the photo news stories and more. And that is where we're going to leave it. Thank you guys very much. We didn't even talk about why we didn't have a show last week.
Yeah.
At this point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We
skipped last week.
We did.
We were busy.
We were working on a specific project that needed to get done. That
I had to pick up my mustache.
Ended up getting postponed.
It ended up getting postponed, but we had to do it.
Yeah.
So
it was needed.
Thank you guys very much for watching. That's where we're going to leave the show. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.
Oh my God. Sweat my ass off in this friggin' outfit.
Don't take it off. We need to take a picture.